About cults and the control they exert over people. In Georgia, the Hare Krishnas have worshipped Krishna for years. Most of the time, they were seen asking for money at the airport. Moonies, members of the Unification Church and followers of the Reverend Sun Myung Moon, are often seen selling flowers along city streets. Both groups deny their religious cult, saying they have control over their own lives. Members of a church in a small Georgia town say the same thing. They're not in a cult, but their neighbors aren't so sure. Just a few months ago, a tornado blew through Monroe, hitting the town hard with a vengeance. A storm of a different kind, a storm of rumors, surrounds a compound just a few miles outside of downtown. A lot of people here believe a religious cult is calling Monroe home.
Yes. About as close to a cult as you'll get.
Have you heard that people suspect that it's a cult?
Yes, I've heard it.
I know they don't want to get involved with any other churches in the area. So.
But does that make it, that doesn't necessarily make it a cult?
No, I guess it's the fact that they're secretive.
But the members of this church say a cult is not what they belong to. They worship in a compound called Little Bethlehem under the guidance of the Reverend George Pike. They say that it's a cult. What do you say to these people?
Well, I don't scold them because they don't understand.
We do not live under constraint. We are free.
To outsiders, the followers of Reverend Pike are a little odd. The women wear long dresses, no makeup, and are not supposed to cut their hair.
We choose to do that because we believe that the scriptures say that we should have long hair.
The single women sit separately from the single men in service. And the church itself is decorated like few churches you're likely to see. No sign of a cross. The pulpit is surrounded by stars. Over the door hangs an eagle. And crests of swords are everywhere.
To be honest and sincere, I didn't plan any of it. I didn't program it like that. That's the way it came out. It's a superior mind of God that did it.
Pike says he had a vision from Jesus Christ to build his church here, and he bases his teachings on the King James Version of the Bible. He says David Koresh, who spoke of the 7 seals, a subject that baffles many experts, wrongly worked from the Old Testament.
If you understand, then you know whether or not another person understands. And I know for sure the way that he spoke of it, he wasn't biblically oriented in his statements.
He has spoken to people around the world and welcomed them to Little Bethlehem. He has a school here for children and operates his own closed-circuit television studio. Not very strange sounding, but the people of Monroe that we spoke with say there's more.
It's like they pool all their money together, and then he sort of gives it out as he sees.
I've been through that road out there, and you know, they got all those trailers and all that stuff out there.
Pike's son says there are people who live on the compound who've freely given up lucrative careers to serve their mission. People who live in mobile homes and work construction jobs in the city by day and worship here 3 times a week. As for the money, Pike says none of it crosses his palm. But plenty of gifts do. Gifts, he says, that come from Jesus Christ.
He's a man of God, and he's never changed. He's always the same, and I'll always be here. And as far as a cult, we're not in a cult.
Now, members of George Pike's church say people would realize they're not in a cult if they would come by for a visit. It's not so easy. There are guards there to protect the church's privacy. They're not armed, and they are polite, but they are guards.
Carmen, what is considered a cult?
Well, that's the problem. The definition is so very loose. Just about any club could be labeled a cult. Pike says anything that's not the sincere word of God. An Emory expert says a group that strains at our definition of religion. And a third source, this book on cults, says a group that has a shared belief system, social cohesiveness, and gives its leader charismatic or divine power.
Thank you, Carmen.